Hey guys, welcome to Chrissy's Books. I am Chrissy. Thank you for tuning in this week. And as usual, if you like my videos, definitely subscribe below because you know I always keep it real. And that way you can get all my latest reviews like this one. So let's jump right into this week's book. So for this week, I read South of the Buttonwood Tree by Heather Weber. First of all, a huge thanks to Forge Books for sending me an advance review copy of this cute little book. This book came out on the 20th of July 2020, so go grab your copy. You can definitely get that right now. I really liked the title of this book, and I actually just liked the cover, and I just thought, oh, this would be a cute little read, you know, change up my sort of intense books and all that. So I do like to keep it varied. Let's jump right into the premise of South of the Buttonwood Tree. So South of the Buttonwood Tree follows two women, Blue Bishop and Sarah Grace. They both grew up in a small, charming town named Buttonwood, Alabama. Blue Bishop has always had a knack for finding lost things like keys, pets and people even. And then one day, while wandering in the forest, she comes across a newborn baby girl just abandoned there in the woods, just south of a very special buttonwood tree. And even Blue herself is like, this is really strange. So yeah, that's one side of the story. And then Sarah Grace has always tried very hard to do the right thing in life. She's at a crossroads in life, and her own mother would disown her if she were to find out all the secrets that she has buried inside of herself. The unexpected discovery of the newborn baby girl will alter both Blue and Sarah's lives forever. Both women have similar qualities in life and also similar sort of secrets and struggles. They both must fight for, and they have to fight for what they truly believe in their lives and who they love as well. But in doing so, they both uncover long-held secrets that expose who they truly are and what they are willing to sacrifice in the name of family. So that's it. That is the premise of South of the Buttonwood Tree. But stay tuned. I'm just going to grab some coffee because it's very early here. And when I come back, I will give you my review. I'll give you my rating. And I'll give you my song pick for South of the Buttonwood Tree. Welcome back. Let's talk about my review for South of the Buttonwood Tree. Let's talk about what I liked about this book. This book was a really sweet story. I really liked the title of it. It's just a really cute title. I just thought it was fun to say. And I do have to say that I did enjoy reading this book, surprisingly. It made you feel all like warm and fuzzy inside, which was really sweet. And it's a really good, comforting read. And I always like books based in the South. They just always seem to have a little bit more character and more charm. So I do like that it was based in Alabama. Everyone in the town is all about like that small town, you know, southern living where everybody's all up in each other's business. So I did like that kind of like gossipy, little quaint, cute aspect of the book. We follow two main characters in the book, Blue and Sarah, and they're both equally good characters. I prefer Blue a little bit more, just that little sauce in her. It's just told from those perspectives. The rest of the time you actually get to know the people of Buttonwood, and all the characters were quite quirky, which is really sweet. Yeah, you definitely wanted to like be friends with people in the town. It just felt like, you know, you could just like totally go into their little world and like be in their little like Buttonwood bubble, which is really cute. Yeah, and Heather Weber paints a very vivid picture in the book, which is really nice. So it does feel quite rich and vibrant in Buttonwood. And let's talk about the things that I did not really like in South of the Buttonwood Tree. I wasn't a fan of the writing. It wasn't the most riveting writing I've ever read. I also sometimes found the book quite hard to read. Like I would sort of zone out and then I'd have to like reread sentences all the time. It just didn't really sort of keep my attention as much as other books have in the past. And then also the story sometimes was a little bit too cheesy, like in that sort of like Full House, like wholesome way, like super corny sometimes. But you know, I guess that's just the sort of book that it is. But then I do have to say, like, and I didn't like the beginning as much, but when I got to the middle and the end, I actually did sort of start to like the book as I read it. I did have that going, and it kept my attention the whole time, so I ended up reading it and enjoying it. And furthermore, just to talk a little bit more about the sort of central idea of the book. So magical realism is definitely a staple in the Buttonwood world. It takes us on a journey of this sort of like folklore surrounding the mysterious Buttonwood tree. It was a really interesting sort of magical realism book. And then also on the other side of that, I actually found the book to be quite spiritual. So if you're the kind of person who's into crystals and sort of like the spiritual world kind of thing with the moons and all that, like I'm quite familiar with it, but yeah. If you're into all that, then I actually think you would find this book quite interesting. So it did have those little aspects in it as well that I liked. Right, so let's jump into my rating for South of the Buttonwood Tree. I gave South of the Buttonwood Tree a rating of 6 out of 10. Which basically means that it was a lovely story. It's not the best book that I've ever read, the best writing that I've ever read, but there is something to take away from the book. So that's why I gave it a 6 out of 10. And I did enjoy reading it. If I were to describe this book in 4 words, they would be comforting, because it is like a hug in a mug, this book. So it's very like warm and fuzzy. It's very quirky. The people of Buttonwood are definitely interesting characters, and also the story itself is quite a quirky story. It's delightful. It is a very southern, charming, delightful read. And my 4th word is heartwarming, because when you finish the book, you're left feeling that, this is just nice. Everything is just nice and heartwarming and sweet. So yeah, those are my 4 words to describe South of the Buttonwood Tree. Let's do the roundup for South of the Buttonwood Tree. All in all, this book was a very vivid, and it was a feel-good, hug in a mug, lazy summer day kind of book. It was a really sweet book. It's about families, it's about past lovers, it's about relationships, it's about dealing with the consequences of your actions, and also as well as keeping big secrets that can truly carry a heavy weight on your shoulder. It's also a fun book for anyone who likes to bake, because there's also like fun baking stuff going on in it, which is really sweet. And it's a good one for when you just want a sweet, lovely story. You know, that's just how I felt about it. So let's jump right into my song pick for this book. I wanted something quite sweet and quirky. The song pick for South of the Buttonwood Tree that I would compliment this book with is The Way I Am by Ingrid Michaelson. So check out this song, it's really cute. I think it totally relates to the book, and it's a good old like 2000s too. Thank you so much, guys. Definitely feel free to read my review as well. I will post that below, and see you next week.